Am I late? Did I do it? Are we here? Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the delay. I didn't even realize that the timer was ended. That was the fastest 2 minutes of my life. How's everybody doing today? We are here to talk about BMX news, where everything in the past week I go through and check everything out so that you guys can get caught up on everything that is going on in the BMX world. We had a ton of stuff in the past week. We had X Games last week. We have an X Games this week, and just so much going on in the BMX world. So we're going to get started as I shout out some people who are in the chat. We have LS. We have Dionys for the first time here. I think the timer wasn't a full 2 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't start out as a full 2 minutes, but that's okay. So what else do we have going on? We have JR Hobbs, who is a member in the chat. Project H&B is here. Thunder Midget is here. Hello, everyone. I appreciate all of you tuning in, and I am excited to get this going. So first things first, let's talk about X Games Osaka that went down last weekend. And we have all of the different events that you can click on here and watch. So first one that happened was BMX Park. That happened on Friday. I did a watch party for this one. We had Anthony John in third, Marcus Christopher in second, Rim Nakamura in first. So moving on from there, Saturday we had Dave Mira Park Best Trick and BMX Street and BMX Flatland. And then Sunday we didn't have anything. So let's just check out the results from BMX Park Best Trick. We had Kevin Peraza in third, Logan Martin in second, Ryan Williams in first. You can get all of the recap videos from this on the X Games YouTube page. They are live and they have so many different options for videos to watch in terms of top 3 runs and all kinds of stuff like that. So if you want to do that, I will make sure to put a link in the description. For BMX Street, crazy to say it, but Garrett Reynolds did not make podium. We had Jordan Godwin in third, Devin Smiley in second, and Courage Adams in first. It was really cool to see Courage throw down a perfect perfect run. It feels like a lot of times with how technical the manual stuff that he's doing is, that sometimes he can get messed up just on how difficult it is. And it was cool to see him put it all together and then win. Then we had Flatland, which was a really interesting concept for how it actually went down. So it was 3 riders against each other, and then there was 1 or 2 riders who moved on from that, and then they did like another round of that. It was really interesting. Yeah, Adam Ortiz. I thought it was a little weird because Terry did a really good run. It seemed like he rode well, and I don't know, he didn't make it out of that first round. But third place, Yu Katagiri. Second place, Moto Sasaki. And first place, Yohei Uchino. I don't know. I would be okay with a Flatland do-over. That was shady. Yeah, it was just a little weird. I don't know. I can't really make any claims. Let's see. Those judges were biased and wanted Uki to win. That would be unfortunate. So I'm seeing in the chat right now that apparently Dennis Anderson will be joining Scotty Kramer in doing announcing for X Games this weekend. Salt Lake City. That's pretty fun. So next we have X Games this weekend. We had it last weekend. Now we have it again this weekend. Last time was Osaka in Japan. This time we have Salt Lake City in Utah. That is starting today. So let's just go ahead and check out the schedule. So we have Sonic. Let's just talk about BMX. So BMX Street starts at 5:45 p.m. I thought it was 3:45 p.m., so I'm glad to see this. BMX Dirt is immediately an hour after that, right when it's wrapped up. Then Saturday, we have BMX Park starting at 12:30 p.m. Then BMX Dirt Best Trick going down at 7:30 p.m. These are all Eastern time, so you can convert from there or go to the X Games website. Then we have, where's the next one? Looks like Women's BMX Park. That's 4 p.m. on Sunday. And then 5:15 p.m. on Sunday, we have closing X Games, Dave Mirra BMX Park Best Trick. Going to be exciting. So let's see who is actually going to be here for all these events. We talked a little bit about it last week, but let's go ahead. Hey, look, they put BMX and the different things in there for it now. So then we've got Brady Baker, Gabriel Chavez, Brandon Lupos, Daniel Sandoval, Caden Stone, Jay Toohey, Mike Varga, and Ryan Williams for BMX Dirt. Then for Dirt Best Trick, we have Brady Baker. I was combining Brady and Andy. Jeez. Brady Baker, Andy Buckworth, Brandon Lupos, Logan Martin, Caden Stone, Jay Toohey, Mike Varga, and Ryan Williams. Dionis, Brock would be first alternate for Street. So if any of these riders can't compete for whatever reason it might be, this is where they would come in. So Street has Courage Adams, Jordan Godwin, Boyd Hilder, Chad Curley, Kevin Peraza, Felix Prangenberg, Garrett Reynolds, and Devin Smiley. Jeff says they're all lucky my invite got lost in the mail. I agree. They are all lucky. It's going to be cool to see this. I wonder what the format is going to be this weekend for Street and the different events, because it definitely felt like with the Osaka X Games that it was organized that way to keep it moving and keep things flowing, and it wasn't a problem. It just did feel like it was being moved along. I'm wondering if it's going to be the same, because this has way more events than that did, so we'll see. BMX Park Best Trick, we have Justin Dowell, Jeremy Millot, Logan Martin, Kevin Peraza, Daniel Sandoval, Bryce Tryon, Mike Varga, and Ryan Williams. I was totally wrong in thinking that Ryan Williams would just try to do the double backflip to fakie again. He didn't, but what am I trying to say? He didn't try that. He did a front flare tail whip, I think is what it was. Whatever it was crazy. And he pulled it and he won with that. So let's see what he does this weekend. Then we've got BMX Park Men. We have Marcus Christopher, Justin Dowell, Anthony John, Logan Martin, Rim Nakamura, Kevin Peraza, Daniel Sandoval, and Jose Torres. It's going to be really fun to see this. I'll be curious to see who wins. Who do you guys think is going to win Men's Park? I am really pulling for Marcus Christopher. Always. He's hometown hero and just incredible. Women's BMX Park, we have Paris Benegas, Natalia Diem, Nikita Ducaro, Angie Marino is on the list. I heard she was an alternate, and we see 9 people here. Maybe they said, hey, what's one more person? Let's let Angie into the contest. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Kim Mueller, Nene Nato, Maka Perez, Hannah Roberts, and Queen Saray Villegas. This is going to be a good one to see, everybody. I am super excited to watch it all go down. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a watch party. It is at 5:45 p.m. now, so it could happen. What's up, Rob? Thanks for tuning in. Rob Sparkman here. in the chat said, just saying what's up, don't have long. The neat thing is this is held at the Vans Park, and we've ridden events there for USA BMX. It is? Interesting. Let's see. Let's keep going here. What do we have? We have all the info. You can watch it on the X Games YouTube channel. Terry Adams in the chat. Hey, man. We were just talking about how you got screwed over. You didn't get screwed over. I don't want to put those words out there. We were just talking about how much of a bummer it was that you nailed your run and then didn't make it out of that class at X Games. And how sick is it that somebody who was just at X Games in Japan is hanging out in our chat? I nominate Stony, Old Fat Guy BMX says, I nominate Trevor Watching for X Games Street. I would love to see Trevor be in something. And that was a $5 super chat. So I want to say thank you to Stony at Old Fat Guy BMX, getting you up on the screen here. Stony OFG BMX. Boom. There it is. Thank you, Stony. So keeping on the X Games theme here, we have the Salt Lake City course preview of the Sonic course on the BloomBMX.com and their YouTube channel. A bunch of people from the Lady Shredders riding around the course. Look like a good time. Hannah being super entertaining, riding around the course. We have another super chat. Adam Ortiz says, Brant should announce X Games. Man, I would love to do that. Yeah, LS. Paris did hit an insane gap. That channel gap that she sent was so good. Where's it at here? Right here. It's pedaling super far. Look at how far that channel gap is. Nailing it perfectly. Coming into the hip. So good. It's going to be exciting to see this contest Sunday for the women. And then I think it's tonight. Yeah, 5:45 tonight for the men. Thank you, Stony and Adam Ortiz, for the super chats. Much appreciated. A couple other highlights from the week. I saw that BMX Plus is back, it says here. The original BMX Plus started in 1978 is back. Imagery from the BMX Plus archive. This is crazy. Oh, his knee is on the bar. It looked like his knee wasn't even on the bar. Let's see. Stamos, either announce or be the man on the ground for interviews. Brand would kill that, no doubt. Dude, that would be so freaking sick. I would love to go be the person interviewing athletes or announcing or something. Would be really fun. 50 people watching and only 15 likes. Come on, y'all can do better than that. Yeah, come on, y'all. You can do better than that. No. But for real, though, it does actually bring more people in. Radical Rick is back, too. Radical Rick, yeah, he's been back for a little while. Saw Damian Fulton at the Buckeye Bike Show a few weeks ago. Next up, we have Vans Bicycle Center doing a video contest. This is a flyer from one they did almost 10 years ago. And they're doing it again with no music allowed in the videos. It says, all we want to hear is steel pegs or plastic grinding, tires squealing, cassettes making noise, bike crashing, just pure BMX noise. You get the idea. Videos will be voted on by you, will be prizes for the top 3, 1 video entry per rider. More details coming soon, so start getting those clips. Pick out your best one, hold on to it. Don't post it. If you don't want to give someone else ideas. So with that being said, we had another video contest that I saw pop up in the news. King of the Jungle. It is a video contest in Italy. So it's, let's see. King of the Jungle is an annual Italian BMX contest. Let's see if the description here. I linked the YouTube channel that this is all on in the description, so you can just go and see all the videos. So, a video contest powered by King of the Jungle. Riders had 3 months to team up, choose their favorite skate park, and film the hottest BMX video they could. Only Italian skate parks count. Best crew wins a BMX trip offered by King of the Jungle. So there's been a couple different crews, and their videos are up here. Team Red Flow, Team Pasqua, the Jungle Kids, Team Miss Street. Check those out if you want to see what's going on with that. So then, other highlights here. We have Jacob Theme's new Nowhere BMX stem that is now available on the Nowhere BMX website. Right now, all you can get is black and silver with color options coming in a couple months, I believe. But there are a ton of color options for this thing. Pink, purple, orange, green, red, blue, black, polished. So many different colors on this one. It's an awesome looking stem. It's got 6 bolts in the top cap, 3 bolts in the back, and it's got some awesome post anodize machining on it. Love to see this. It looks so good with that raw aluminum. And just imagine seeing this red stem with the blue cap on it and some raw titanium bolts. So this stem is 11 ounces with the steel bolts, and then you can get tie bolts if you want to. You want to go crazy with those, and you can get it down to like 10 ounces or something. So a lot of people think that it's heavier, but actually it's not, or a lot heavier than a normal, I guess you'd call it a 4-bolt stem, because everyone's correcting when you say 9-bolt. I guess you count it based on the number of bolts in the cap. Either way, this stem is available. It's $100, made in Nebraska. Get on it while you can. Jacob Theme's incredible, and yeah, there you go. So then we get into the videos from this week. First up, we've got one from Cult with Zach Mielman. And there's a lot of really creative spot usage in here, as well as some really good spots. First video of the week, around 2 minutes, so check it out. Then we have a video from Ohio's Aiden Reed called Envision. This kid absolutely kills it. Aiden is incredible. He's barely old enough to drive, if he's even old enough to drive. And he's doing flip whips, flip double whips, flare whips, but he's also doing handrails in the street. There's another street clip in here as well. He can do whatever. And oh yeah, the legendary spot around Pittsburgh somewhere, he bar spin that, the one that Doyle did that whip on. He does a double backflip on a gnarly box jump. This box is huge. Really cool to see. Aiden kills it. Love to see that. So, next we move on to We the People, Killa Felix and Friends. So this features Killian Riekmeyer and Felix Prangenberg for We the People. Videos are getting a little bit longer here. That one is 4.5 minutes. Then we've got one from United with Joe Embry called 15-4, and it's celebrating 15 years with 4 Down and United. Then we've got an even longer video with Matt Perkins in Toronto. This one's over 11 minutes long, and it's always fun to see what he gets into. He's like a silent shredder. Dude, for real, the Stoke Run box is massive. Todd, he does drive. He's old enough to drive now. Aiden Reed, officially old enough to drive. That's hilarious. So, always love seeing Matt. Matt kills it. We have a full-length video called Activated. This one is from the Long Island area. Shout out to Kevin Jackson in the chat. He's the one who sent this to me. And then we get into the interview section from this week. Actually, let's talk about who's in this. So Anthony Quadros, amazing rider. Luis Calacion, Alex Rivas, and Joe I'm done butchering names. Next up, we've got interview section from this week. We've got an updated Matt Copeland bike check. He just wanted to talk about the hubs and the wheels that are on his bike, saying they're over 15 years old, and also the new frame from Alex Lepak at Out to Cruise. Hi from Queensland, Australia. What's up, DJ? Isn't it like really late there right now? Remember, we used to get our permits at 14 and a half. I got my permit at 15 and a half. I did not know that people used to get them at 14 and a half. That's crazy. 3 a.m. in Australia. Dang. Thanks for tuning in. It is late. Then we've got one from Shred BMX, Jim Gall up in Cleveland of Purple Films. It's a video he made a few years ago with Paul Rad from Rays talking about Paul's Boutique. So if you guys don't remember or don't know the story, Paul's Boutique is a space that's part of Rays now, but it started as a space that Paul leased or got himself and then built all of the ramps inside of it and then donated it back to Rays to make it part of the whole entire park. Really fun room. I always have a blast in there. So if you want to hear some of the behind the scenes from that, check this video out. Then we've got another That Spot's History with Dennis Anderson, this time talking about the Wall of Life. Amazing spot. Check it out. Any word on when the Woods Room will open? Well, it was in my video talking to Mike Potosny about their whole hopes for opening it. So if you didn't watch the whole thing or you didn't watch it at all, go to the end of that video and he will talk about that. And speaking of the Woods Room, their Indiegogo is still up, still going. Make sure you go and check that out and donate if you can. They're already almost to $60,000. They're currently in the process of painting all the walls inside the building. They already cleaned everything up, and now that they're painting it, making it look like new again, and just giving a full fresh start. Paul's Boutique is also the most underrated Beastie Boys album. There you go. That's funny. Then we have Lurkers, who hangs out at a BMX street jam. This one is fun because it's kind of a recap video from an event, kind of a video showing a bunch of random people who are at the event. I thought it was really fun. I enjoyed watching it, and it was cool to hear from people who were there and then see clips of people who are riding at the event. And with that being said, we should probably talk about the events that are going on. And to do that, we'll pull up my phone. What happened? Why is my phone way over there? Come back. Thank you. Okay. Wait, I think it's too... sorry, we got to readjust a little bit here so we can see the whole thing. So this is the Time BMX app. If you somehow haven't heard me talk about it or haven't seen it yet, it is an app where you can see different people's posts. So let's see. Declan Brooks is on here. He doesn't have a post yet, so we got to go back. Huck Karinsky's in the app, also in the chat. Just posted something a couple days ago from All In Skate Park in Canada. You can see different skate parks, his favorite parks, and events that he's planning on going to. So speaking of events, let's see what's going on in the week of the month of July, since we're getting to the end of June. Pump track events, all those world qualifiers are still going down. Dirt jump events, we've got one tomorrow, two tomorrow. One in the Netherlands, the Helm Trails 20th anniversary, and then the Ohio BMX Trails Series at Gunlock Park. I'm not going to Pondfest. What's up, CB the Third? So those are the trails events or dirt events going down this and next month. Actually, I lied. We got to talk about July. Pond Fest in Colorado, July 5th weekend at the Moeller Pond Fest location. Those jumps are incredible. Awesome spot. Check it out if you're in the area or you just want to go. Then we got the YTG Girls Trail Jam in Australia, the 13th. And then our Trail Jam, July 19th at Apple Creek Trails here in Ohio. Come out, ride, have a blast. It's going to be an amazing day. Apple Creek Trail Jam 2025, July 19th. Part of the Ohio BMX Trail Series. Flatland events for this end of this month and then July. Philippine and Malaysian National Championships going down the 24th and the 28th of June. Then the Chinese and the Indonesian National Championships going down in China and Indonesia, both the weekend of July 5th. Then the Minavi Japan Cup, obviously in Japan, July 18th weekend. The Peru National Flatland Championships in Peru, the 20th. And then Huff Jam in North Carolina going down July 26th. What's up, Johnny Cinco? Appreciate you tuning in. Then race events for the next couple months. Tons of events. A lot in Australia. We've got 3 in Australia through the end of June. And then we have a bunch all over the place for the month of July. Get the app, click on it, and see what's going on. Then freestyle events. These are the ones I feel like all you guys will care the most about. So for the next, for the end of the month, we have a lot of events. The 27th weekend has Feast Experience in France, the Hillsday Street Jam in the UK, the 28th, Name Here Jam in Richland, Washington, the 28th. Talked about these 2 trail events and the Malaysian National Championships. That's park and flatland. Then the Skyline BMX contest in Germany, June 28th. Then the USA BMX Digital State Series Round 4 starts the 29th and goes through July 6th. Then July's events. July 4th weekend, we have Urban Sessions in Belgium, in Brussels. The Chinese National Championship we talked about, Pond Fest. Then BMX Worlds in Germany that same weekend. The Indonesian National Championship as well the same weekend. Colony 20 Years Weekend Team Video Premiere is going down July 11th in Australia. USA BMX Freestyle Series Round 3 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the 11th. I believe there's also a Nebraska Freestyle Series at the Nowhere Compound that's going down that weekend as well. Then we have Mayhem in Amsterdam and the Colony 20 Years Weekend Jam. That's the public event going down July 12th. Colony 1 is in Australia. The Mayhem in Amsterdam is in the Netherlands. Holy cow. Okay, so the Nebraska Freestyle Series is the 12th. Love the thumbnail. Who would have thought Brant was a hooker? Interesting. Talking about hook and loop crocheting. I think that's the word. So then we've got the Trail Jam, YTG Girls Jam we talked about. Colony Hard Yards 4 Invitational is July 13th. The Japan Cup, I think we talked about that as well. Don't Be a Beach Jam 2 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is the 19th. There's 2 of those on there. Roast the Coast Stop 3, July 19th. Our Trail Jam, July 19th. BMX Day Jam in Ireland. BMX Center Winter Jam in Australia because it's winter in Australia during summer here in the US. Then we've got Huff Jam we talked about, the USA BMX Digital State Series. That one's July 27th through August 3rd. And then Feast in France the weekend of July 29th. A ton of events going on. If you want to be able to keep up with all those, get the Time app. And then if you want to find skate parks close to you, it's also available in this app. So we have all the different bike parks, skate parks, pump tracks, BMX shops, BMX tracks, all kinds of stuff. And you can even search. And I like this first one, Botswana. Botswana is a country, and it's in Africa. And there is not a single anything on the map here, but in South Africa, there is a ton. This says 18? Whoa, are these all bike shops? Yeah, they're bike shops. That's super cool. Well, this, let's see, the closest one to Botswana would be, let me zoom out, please. Yeah, the closest skate park to Botswana would be in Johannesburg, and it would be this one right here, Mill Park Skate Park. It already looks sick. So let's look at the pictures. I mean, it's basically a street spot that's also a skate park. That's pretty cool. Guyana. Guyana is a good option too. Some quarter pipes here. Looks like there's a back rail. Somebody should foof. And some ledges in the background. Looks like there's elevation change here. Looks like an all-around interesting spot. And it's literally in Africa. You can see that there's some big buildings in the background. Pretty cool to see that. So with that being said, let's talk about the more BMX hashtag. Yeah, check Guyana. Should I check Guyana? All right, fine. I'll check Guyana. As long as it's spelled right, Guyana. Country. Absolutely nothing. Closest skate park to it that shows up on the map is Amazonas. Never heard of that. What's up, Cookie Fresh? It's okay that you're late. Never thought you'd start college at 32, but salute to you and what you do. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Libra Skate Park. Did we already look at this? Yeah, we've already looked at this one. Okay, so there's that. That's the Time BMX app. Check it out. Also, check out Launch Hydrate. We've been launching into the news, and it's a perfect name for BMX and hydration. All natural ingredients, and it has a nootropic in it called Cognizant. It's good for you hydration wise, and if you use the code BMX30, it saves you 30%, makes it like $20 for a case of it, and you get free shipping, so helps me out too. There you go. With that being said, the more BMX hashtag is good this week. We had Steve Novak, who usually tunes in here. He did not use the more BMX tag, but he did tag me in the post. So I'm like, all right, we'll count it. Phoebes Manny hopping into the bank. Then we got a feeble to nose bonk on the top, and then a feeble 180 out. Good stuff, Steve. Next time, use the hashtag more BMX, and it'll be easier to pull it up. Probably not, because Instagram sucks, but that's okay. Next up, we got Presley. Presley killing it here in Ohio. Let's refresh it. Busting out the fly out 3. Coming in, doing the pull-up bar over the pyramid hip. Ripping. Good stuff. X up out of the wedge. And a little 90 over the pyramid hip. Was that opposite? Was it? No. Okay. That was opposite. I was like, dang. Hell yeah. Presley killing it. Then we've got Kevin Zuba, always with the creativity, riding through the uprights, using the glider, landing on the bike, and then being his usual freestyle self. Always love to see it. Kevin kills it. Making sure we don't have any more of these in the chat. And somebody mentioned the thumbnail, so let's pull the thumbnail up because it's pretty funny. Keggy once again coming through with an awesome thumbnail. Took my Rubik's Cube ice pick and turned it into a knitting ice pick, which is too funny. We even have Sasquatch in the background doing a nose pick, it looks like. Good stuff. I always love seeing these thumbnails. They're so good. Keggy does a fantastic job. So, oops. With that being said, sticking with the Beastie Boys theme, he's crafty. Haha. Only notice the Sasquatch. That's funny. So with that, I think that's all the news that we have this week. Sasquatch is in the front brake, brethren. I will have all of the links in the description below for you to check out everything that we talked about. I want to say thank you to all the members in the chat. We have Adam Ortiz, Kyle McDonald, any other members, Paint Life, J.R. Hobbs, Jeff Mead, all the members, the Karinsky fam, Rob, Woodenfoot, Sparkman. Thank you all for being members and supporting. Kyle McDonald is also a member supporting. I appreciate you. And thank you to Old Fat Guy BMX and Adam Ortiz for the super chats. Hopefully we'll see all of you next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And maybe I'll do a X Games watch party. Should we? Maybe we should. Let me know. Let me know if we should. And if that happens, it'll be 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you later.